With the first quarter of 2010 in the books, mall operators are hoping that the worst is behind us and that fundamentals are on the upswing. Joining me at Nareit's Washington, D.C. headquarters is Bobby Taubman, Chairman, President, and CEO of Taubman Centers. So Bobby, as we head into the second quarter, where do you think we are in terms of the mall recovery?
Well, it clearly bottomed out at the anniversary of the Lehman collapse. September 15th of 2009 was the anniversary. And our sales were up 3.8%. In the fourth quarter, and we saw retail sales generally throughout our sector improve. As we've now gone in the first quarter, our sales are up 10.8%. It's against a difficult comp. From a year ago, we were down 12, but still 10.8% increase is pretty remarkable. So we really believe that we began to see it as the fourth quarter it came upon us in the anniversary of Lehman.
There are a number of metrics at play in the mall sector: tenant sales, rent, occupancy. Which one do you think is the most telling in terms of where we're headed?
Well, without question, it's sales. It's the absolute predictor of how a tenant will be, where rent will grow, where occupancy will be. If a tenant's doing business, they'll be profitable. If they're profitable, then they're going to want to stay in that location. They're going to want to reinvest in the location, and they're going to want to pay more rent. So at the end of the day, it's all about sales.
Ever since the company was founded in 1950, development has been a core of your operations. Where does your development pipeline stand now?
Well, there's only two regional mall projects in the United States under construction. One of those is ours in Salt Lake City. It's scheduled to open in 2012. Historically, and I would say over the last 20 years, there's been something like about 5 projects a year that are called regional malls, that are defined as regional malls, that in fact are opened in the United States. Now, in recent years, that's declined dramatically to have been 2 or 3. And with the huge financial crisis that we faced, there were 9 projects that were ready to start construction, none of which went forward. Some of them actually had started construction and then stopped. So we believe that over the next 5 years, there will likely be 3, 4, maybe 5 projects built in the United States. So roughly 1 a year. We think in the next 5 years, say 6 to 10 years from now, there'll likely be about 2 projects a year opening. We'd be very disappointed, given our platform, our sponsorship, our balance sheet, and all the things that we have going for us as a company. We'd be very disappointed if we didn't build maybe 1 out of those 2 a year, at least 5 or 6 over the next 10 years.
And how would you describe the acquisition environment in the mall sector?
Well, you know, these assets are very coveted, and they're very rare to actually have on the market, especially a high-quality asset. And as you look through this whole financial crisis, there was never a single Class A mall that was sold 100%. Macerich had some sales of partial interests in 3 good properties, but there really were none that were sold. So you can see in what's going on in the General Growth situation how much these assets are coveted. And you've got an entire company now that obviously has strategic value to the 2 main bidders in this process. But the company at this point is selling somewhere in a 7% cap rate kind of range. It gives you a sense as to how valuable and scarce these assets are.
Is Taubman actively looking for deals? And do you think that there might be some opportunities created depending on how the GGP situation plays itself out?
Well, obviously we're watching it closely. We look at everything that comes up in the sector. We have been an acquirer over time, but we're not really known as a consolidator. We're really known as a developer. And that really makes us unique from an external growth standpoint. We don't need to in essence, compete and dilute ourselves with some of the big guys in order to have external growth. We're really about development, and that really has fueled our growth over the whole time that we've been a public company.
Bobby, thank you very much. For REIT.com, I'm Matt Bishar.